She's a beekeeper, she's a human rights activist, she's an entrepreneur, and of course she's not doing it alone, she's doing it with her fabulous partner, Mike, and they have raised two wonderful boys. So I just want to say, Robin, you are, just to say, Jamaica is proud of you, your family is proud of you, we are all proud of you. It's congratulations on this.
I'm a terrible public speaker and I'm really overwhelmed. Thank you so much, family and friends, for turning out. I'm just literally, this is just wonderful. We've cooked for a few days with my son, and I hope you're enjoying what we're producing. And I was told to say, Jamaica is, as you know, multiracial, very liberal country, and we're also one of the most dangerous countries on earth because we eat ackee and we also eat cassava, both of which can kill you. We'll try not to kill you tonight, though I didn't cook the ackee. And also, I can see some salt and pepper and even some curry here tonight, so welcome. There are two anecdotes about the book. One was my dear friend from Chicago who was my food editor, Susan Tavez, and she was like, Robin, you can't put chocho in the book. I'm like, why not? She's like, you have to call it chaotic. I'm like, well, what does it mean? Well, anyway, I won't tell you what it means. And then the other thing about it was too, when my dear neighbor, organic farmer, and Lorraine's sister said to me, you don't eat the food that you style for cooking. I was like, oh, what do you mean? I'm not going to eat my lobster? No, my filet steak, you must be mad. We're eating everything, so don't spray nothing on it that you can't eat. Anyway, I want to thank Lorraine she's very humble. She's been with the UN for 40 years, and we're very honored to meet her and stay with her. Hi, Simon. Hi. And if you like, I'd read a small part of the book. I don't know if it...
Yes.
I'm going to read, the book is divided into 5 sections, and there is, the east to west part is how my parents met, and so I'll just read that. Any creative project that you do, I'm sure you know, is a huge team effort, so I want to thank so many people for doing the book. I won't thank them and bore you, but it was really a team effort. I'm going to begin with what I think is interesting. The concept of Jamaican food connects directly with the developing understanding of identity and what it means to be Jamaican. Barry Higman. Growing up as a white Jamaican, I was from different countries all over the world. My dad was half Chinese. I have a lot of my Chinese relatives here tonight. I was very proud of his heritage. He was born to a Singaporean father and a Scottish mother, and they, I would say, not escaped but left wartime China. And tonight is very special to me because actually there were 4 women who really influenced this book. There's my mother, my grandmother, Dad's surrogate mother, Vicky's grandmother, who looked after Daddy when his mom died in Beijing, and my Aunt Linda. And tonight is Aunt Linda's birthday. She died, and so I think it's auspicious. So the book became a history book. The book became a history book, I guess sentimentally, after my own mother died, and she had these piles and piles of of handwritten, scribbled all over the place, typed up. Each person wanted to keep hold of part of Mommy. She died when she was 56, my age, of cancer. And my way was keeping these recipes. And then we all came from big families, and I became sort of a bit of the matriarch, I guess, of my family. And I love to cook, so people always like to come and eat. So I was constantly feeding 60 people because Jamaicans have big families. Yeah, I guess I'm going to read. So the book is about places and people and the memories that food evoke. I'm going to read how my parents met. I suppose that's the right one. Okay. My father's journey from east to west. My parents met at a party in the late 1950s in Jamaica. At this party, my mother, Beatrice Denno, known as B, perched on my father's knee and told him she was 19. My father, Jim, was a handsome, debonair man, 12 years his senior. She was a precocious 17-year-old who at the time of their meeting was smitten by this handsome stranger from the east. Dad said he was bitten by 2 bees that night, one that stung his skin and the other that stung his heart. My mother bee inherited her father's blue eyes, blonde hair and strong will. She was smart and forthright and an avid reader and voraciously devoured books. She became quite a feminist and an outspoken supporter of women's rights in the 1970s, when those radical views were considered revolutionary. Despite her intellectual independence, my father was the love of her life and the center of her world. Jim Lim arrived in Jamaica in 1956 on a whim, or rather, on the advice of a drunk in a bar. He was supposed to be going to the then British colony of Trinidad to stay with Trinidadian Scottish relatives living on the island and to await a US immigration visa. We all know how that goes. Jim was applying for a US visa under the Asian quota as he was half Chinese. But obtaining the visa was a lengthy and complicated process. Serendipity, however, got in the way of him ever going to Trinidad. The inebriated and impassioned soul whom my father met in one of those gin joints in all of the towns in all the world convinced him that Montego Bay was the place to be. Jim had recently finished an engineering degree at Northwestern University and was working in New York when his visa ran out. He was 29 at the time, and with youthful hubris he thought the world was his oyster. Later that night, he got out a map when he returned to his apartment and seeing that Montego Bay was on a straight line from Kingston to wherever it is, Trinidad, Jamaica, and that Jamaica was also a British colony. He changed his ticket and flew to Kingston instead, hoping to stop for a few days en route to Trinidad. Well, so said. Pre-independence Jamaica in the 1950s, with its thriving social scene and abounding opportunities, excited my father. It was a much less racially divided society than American society in the 1950s. In Jamaica, as my father explained, he did not have to deny either his Chinese or his Scottish heritage, as a society in Jamaica, although stratified by markers of color and wealth, was largely multiracial. These twists of fate led my father to stay in Jamaica long enough to fall in love with my mother. Therefore, I'm eternally grateful to that drunk in the bar and Dad's propensity to take what he liked to refer to as calculated risks. Thank you very much. My book, I'm very proud to say, is newly on Amazon. After a week of confusing applications, it arrived on Amazon. So I'm really overwhelmed by this turnout, and I thank you so much, New York, for coming out, and friends and family.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming know. At this point, for anyone who wishes, Robin is available to sign books. So please, you know, if you wish, you can go ahead.
Great. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Sure.
You're welcome. I hope you had fun.